Alright, hello there YouTube. My name is Jammin and I would like to do an Empyrion Galactic Survival Beginner's Guide. It's a really fun little space simulator game, and I'm not going to talk too much because it always bothers me when I go to look something up and they talk a whole bunch to get started. So I'm just going to dive right in. I hope that you like it. I'm going to be showing survival mode. I haven't tried scenario mode. And creative mode looks interesting for later too, but I'm gonna just try survival mode for now. I think that's what most people would do. Um, in the settings, it'll start on medium, so I'm gonna show that. So I click medium, or I just click the settings. I change the difficulty to easy on the enemies only. The rest of the stuff I don't want to get too easy on. And then I'm gonna change the constructor speed to fast, which really still isn't all that fast. I like to pick a temperate planet. You have a few choices, at least as a starter, but once I get a little more into it, I'd like maybe like the challenge of trying an arid planet or something that doesn't have, they all say easy, so you'd probably have to switch that in the settings as well, but you know, in the custom here, probably, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's the settings I'm going to go with to get started. So once you first start out, it takes it a second to load. You're going to be drifting down in this escape pod. Right. And I always try to target, if you kind of look at that little silver thing up there, it's called a teleport station. I am assuming mostly that you're brand new or barely started, but probably you've tried a little bit, and if you got something frustrating, you went to looking up videos. So that is the angle I'm coming from, is a beginner guide, and hopefully I don't over explain it for people that have played a little, but I think there's some good information that I'll have in here that I had to look up. So first thing is, when you start out, it opens up your integrated data assistant and it tries to get you into basically a story mode / tutorial. I'm going to hit abort because that has a whole lot of dialogue and I really don't want that interfering with the screen for now. So you can get back to that at any time. I hit F, to get into the escape pod, and then to look at that stuff you just picked up, you can hit tab to open all of your things. There are hotkeys for most of this up here, but basically the one that I know is M for map. And other than that, I usually just open the tab menu like this, and then you know, click on what I'm trying to get to. So there's a factory, there's registry, map, there's a galaxy or a solar system map, and then there's also a galaxy map. So anyway, that's how I navigate around as a new player. You can, I know that some of them are F1 and F2 and stuff, but for me, I just want to click where I'm at. So anyway, here we go. So when you first start out, you get the stuff out of the escape pod. You can put your, I'm going to go ahead and sort this by item type descending, because that leaves my food in the top left corner. Energy bars is primarily what I use. I tried some of the other stuff, but that seems to be easy to grab, easy to make, and pretty repeatable. One thing that's, you know, more important or better food gives you some health boost. See that? And these do not give a health boost. So you're going to need bandages or like health packs or stuff that you're going to have to make along the way. But as far as it goes for me, I've so far the energy bars kind of got me where I'm going. And I can make a garden of them on the ship and just constantly, I don't hardly ever have to come back to my home base eventually when I get a capital vessel going. So first things first, this is the survival tool. The default mode that it starts with is a defensive mode. So it'll attack creatures. It'll actually also get you wood from trees. So first things first, I'm going to open up the map. And whoops, that's not the map. That's the map. I'm going to open up the map, and well, I haven't discovered it yet, so hold on. Okay, if I hit 3, or if I hit wherever my detector is, it shows me that teleport station, and that's the thing that if you're in the game, if you follow along with, it's going to take you there pretty early on. So I'm going to make that a waypoint, I'm going to make it my home waypoint. I'm going to show it on HUD so that no matter where I am, even flying in from the atmosphere, I can see that. Doesn't seem, well, it made it in the wrong place. Let's go back to the map. If it makes it the wrong spot like it did for me, yeah, I can just go in here to this marker pin, hit the delete, and then back to the info, and I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to make a waypoint and show on HUD. All right, that's in the right place. So now, no matter where I'm coming from, if I'm flying back from space or if I'm running around, I can find the teleport station. And for right now, that's where I'm going to set up my base, or pretty much on this home planet, that's where I leave it. So anyway, with your survival tool equipped, if you right-click, you get the option to do salvage, or resource drill, or defensive mode. So we're going to do salvage for now and start picking up some of these rocks on the way over there, because what I need first and foremost is a little bit of iron. And if you get enough regular rocks, when you get a survival constructor built, you can make some iron. So I'm just going to mess around for now. There's not a real reason to even go over here per se. Another thing you can do is the salvage mode, and you can start digging some of these, or taking some of the stuff from these wrecked places, and it's like it's giving me steel plates. If you look there between the health and the action bar, you can see I'm getting a little bit of steel plate from that. So that's useful for building things in a little bit. It kind of counts as iron anyway, but it doesn't. You can't use it until you get a constructor, or you can dump it in the factory. I'll just put a little bit in. So I'm going to pick the first ship that I'm going to try and make is this javelin right here, because I can make that at level 5. So I'm going to drop a little bit of this steel plate in there, and you can see it's going to give me credit for 1 iron ingot. So not a whole lot. You can't see, it won't let me put the stone in there. There's certain things you can, certain things you can't, but that's a way to kind of get a leg up on building. And like I said, I'm looking around for an iron rock, but I'm grabbing what do you call it, targets of opportunity. So we're just going to grab kind of everything we can find. For the beginning part, I definitely try to get these protein plants every time I pass them. That's one, and then there's others that I'll show you in a minute. And I grab those, and I'm just going to keep getting rocks, and eventually we will find. There's one, I think. No, that was an illusion in my eyes. Whoop. Okay. Parasaurs do not attack you. There's an iron rock. See the little blue on it like this? This is what I've been looking for. So I'm going to get one of these. And that will give me the stuff that I need. So if you hit tab, you can come in here to survival constructor. And I want to make a portable constructor, which I haven't trained yet. So I open up the abilities menu here and go to miscellaneous, and there it is, the portable constructor. So I'm going to go ahead and get one of those started, and it took 3 of my iron, so I can't make another one quite yet, but we're going to keep messing around while that's constructing and grab some more stuff. This is a copper one. There's also silicone rocks you can find scattered about. Sometimes meteors crash into the ground and they have better stuff, but if you open up the map, you can see all that here. So on this planet, we have 8 iron deposits, 6 silicone, 7 copper. We have some promethium, and we have a gold deposit somewhere. So we won't be able to find that for a little while, probably, because you kind of have to be more mobile. It's usually not real close to the starting area, but it can be. You can see all these little question marks showing up, and it says resource. So if I kept going towards that, that would be that would get me either copper, iron, or silicone. However, I'm going to show a little trick here in a minute once I get this constructor done. So that's done, and hopefully I have enough. So then I'm going to hopefully I have enough stuff to make what I want to make. So I'm going to put the copper, I'm going to put a lot of this stuff right in there. And this is going to be kind of my home base for now. So I'm going to kind of carry with me this medical stuff just in case something attacks me. Also, with this ore scanner, you don't have to put that on your hotbar as long as it's in your inventory. That's when we go after, let's go back to the map for a second. When you go after promethium, or it's going to show up as just a little stone. The rest of this stuff, well, the gold is too, I think. The rest of this stuff is going to be kind of a big conglomeration that you grab, but the promethium is going to look like just a little round rock. And once you dig down for it, if you don't have that ore scanner in your inventory, I think it'll work here too, but if you don't have one of these, you won't be able to see where it is, so you just have to drill around in all directions to try and find it. But anyway, that's a little ways off in the future. So I'm going to come back in here to the portable constructor now, and again, just like everything else, it tells you in the tooltip, hit F to access it. And I'm going to come up here to this tab. Now the nice thing is it's going to make a I'm going to make a motorbike construction kit, or I'm actually going to make a motorbike. So if you go to where it is and click on it, you'll see that it's going to make the iron ore that it needs. So it's doing that from the crushed stone. And then it's going to make an ingot, and then it's going to make this, and then it's going to make that. So it makes you the stuff that you have to make to lead up to it. So while that's doing that, I am going to put down this heater cooler. You can see right now, if you look under my map, that I'm within the temperature range that lists. It says 73 to 77 is kind of the comfort zone. At nighttime, it'll probably get a little cooler, and some of the planets get a little hotter. And then, of course, if you are on an ice planet or whatever, it'll be really cool. So anyway, I'm putting that down, and I'm going to go ahead and put the tent down, because if I am to get killed, I can spawn right here at the tent. So that's kind of handy. But usually you're not going to run into too much dangerous stuff right here at the beginning area. So while that is while that motorcycle is making, I'm going to just go around and grab a little bit more stuff. And so when you're getting the stone and the different materials this way, you actually get a little of experience from it. There's some more. There's the other plant protein I was talking about, that other blue, and the stuff that looks like corn dogs. And then this natural sweetener is kind of good if you get. It gives a little health, and also you can get indigestion from eating certain things or drinking the milk off of certain animals. So you can, if you get that, you can always grab one of those natural sweeteners that I just got and try and use that. So we're going to just sort of mess around while waiting for the motorcycle. It could be done anytime, so I'm just going to peek again. All right, so that's ready. So I'm going to put that right here on the toolbar. And then, I got some more stone I'm going to drop in here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the missions. Now, if you want to go back to that story, you just hit story and you start right there, and that'll activate the mission. All right, but what I'm going to do, I want a little bit of reputation with this Polaris group. So we have two options that we can do. If you look at this third one, it says mission needs a reputation of friendly to be activated, but we got two repeatable missions to work on getting friendly. And for right now, I'm not going to do this one because it spawns a couple of enemy drones, and we have no real weapons to attack them. So, but I can do this wildlife cam, and the really nice thing about this, I'm going to put the motorcycle down. You do that, you hit the number that you have put it on, and just left click the ground. And then the really nice thing about that is it's going to show me where my first 3 basic ore deposits are at. So I'm going to tootle right on over here, and along the way I'm going to grab some plants. Now you might notice a lot of times that I'm kind of jumping. If you hold down the shift key, you can run a little faster, but you can see my stamina is draining pretty good down there in the left. So if you if you tap the jump key and tap the shift key, it will actually give you a little speed boost. You can run away from animals like this, and you won't run out of, if you're getting attacked by raptors, they're pretty fast, but if it's the spiders and stuff, you can actually run away from them like that and get far enough away that you can turn around and try and shoot them again. So at any rate, that's a little trick that I learned by watching other YouTubers. So anyway, I'm going to just go around and I'm going to get these 3 deposits that's going to show me where they're at. And that's kind of a nice discovery, that damaged hover bike. If you're following the storyline, eventually it's going to take you to it. There it is over there. We're not going to mess with that until a little bit later, I'm going to get these three ore deposits discovered, and then I'm going to mine them out so that I have enough materials to make my first ship. So there was that one. It's telling me to find another one. You can see on the HUD, most of the time the yellow is what you're going to try and do, but you can also see that our base is yellow because of the type of marker I use. So just try to follow the yellow and you'll find what your objective is, or what you've mapped out, or whatever, you know. So let's see. So I have 22 protein. I'm going to go ahead and tell it by I'm going to shift click in my survival constructor on the energy bars, and that will make 10. And I'm also going to eat an energy bar. I see that my food and my health is down a little bit, and I'm also going to use a bandage right now to get a little bit closer. Like I said early on, you don't run into too much stuff, but why take a chance? All right, so I'm back on the motorcycle and headed towards the silicone deposit. Now, if you get real hung up like I did on that rock, I can't really move, you can jump off of the motorcycle with F and then hit Shift F to pick it up, and then hit the number and put it right back down, and then continue on your journey, because there's a couple things you really get hung up on. All right, so I am going to go ahead and start mining these things now with this survival tool. It takes quite a while to get through these deposits, but I'm going to show you a little trick. So it says it's 300 feet away. Also, let's see, I set this a long while ago. Let's see, somewhere in here it says imperial versus metric. If you're brand new, your game is probably set on meters, and if you don't mind that, that's fine. But yeah, so I changed the temperature to Fahrenheit and the measurement system to imperial because I'm in the United States. So it's what I'm used to, but you know, either way, you want to try and get with about 100 feet of this. That's probably more like 30 meters. And what I'm going to do, so you don't want to just, you can just drill down in the ground like this, okay? But you don't really want to do that because they provided us, F5 pops out a wonderful little drone, and it'll use your drill tools for you. It can also use the scanner to see if you're close. And so we're going to just drill down here to the silicon deposit, and that way when you get done with that, you can hit F5 again and you're right back on top of the soil, because you can see once we get down here, it's not too hard to climb up a nice angle like that, but once you if you were to drill down here and get all this by hand, by the time you're ready to get out of here, you're gonna have a little bit of a tough time getting out. You can always, you know, angle your drill that way and kind of drill and move forward, but I think it's just easier to use the little drone that they have provided for us. And then I'm going to sit here. I'm not going to make you guys watch all of it, but I'm going to sit here and just clean all of this out. And I'm also going to go back to those other two deposits that it found for me. I'm going to go to the iron deposit and copper deposit, and I will see you in a few minutes. Okay, so here I am. I'm in the iron area, and normally what I do is start like this, since this survival tool is kind of fun if you've been playing other games where you had a pickaxe or a hatchet or something, but honestly it's kind of really slow at mining. So I try to get, I really went overboard on silicon. Normally on the beginner area, the silicon deposit you find, you're lucky if you can get 200 out of it. The copper deposit was kind of the small one this time, and I was able to drain it completely out, and I still got almost 300. And then the iron deposit, I'm not even halfway through, and it's got a bunch more, but this is enough to get us to the point where we're going to have enough to get a ship and move on to get a better drill and etc. So 200 of each is really the target when you're doing this. And so you can see it's kind of got dark, but the nice thing is the motorcycle has a light on it when you jump on. Now, normally you wouldn't know of the stuff that I'm about to do, but I'm going to go ahead and sneak over here to this damaged hover bike, and we're going to take a look at it so that we get an idea of what is going on, and that way when I put all this stuff in the constructor, I can make what I need to fix it. So when you come to this hover bike, real quick, let me see. I'm going to start a portable constructor, and I'm going to start 2 of these water O2 condensers, because I like to have 2 portable constructors at all times and 2 of these at all times, so that I can make fuel for the vehicles like this hovercraft. So while I'm messing with that, I'm going to get that started. So when you jump into something, you use F to get in, F to get out. You can hit the P key, and you can hit devices, and it'll tell you. So there's a generator missing, and there's a fuel tank missing, okay? So if we look in our hover vessel tab here, we can already make a generator and a fuel tank. So that's going to be kind of nice. So I'm going to leave this sitting right here, and I know from experience that I'm going to need some fuel to get that thing going.